Hello, hello. Welcome back to In the Pink podcast by me, April Federico. And today we are going to talk about how to have a hot teacher summer, which is very much backed by science and very much for you, no matter if you're a classroom teacher, a yoga teacher, a Pilates instructor, a personal trainer, the whole nine yards. You could even be a homeschool teacher. Who knows? But anyway, welcome back to the podcast. And speaking of goals, one of the goals I want to have for my podcast is to actually record on a Monday. And by record, I mean actually put an episode out every Monday instead of Thursday. So that's going to happen starting next week. So stay tuned for Monday. I believe it's the 15th. Yeah, the 15th. And also another favorite of mine has been the Busy Yet Pretty podcast. So huge shout out to Jaden. You are so awesome and so full of wisdom, even at the age of 23. And this is coming from a 30-year-old. And oh my gosh, I'm just obsessed. And another favorite of mine has been the Hot Girl Walk account on Instagram, as well as Substack. And I just tried at least part of the It Girl Hot Girl Walk featuring like Olivia Dean, who else? Ray, and I think someone else. I just can't remember. But either way, I'll link the if possible, I'll link the playlist to the episode. And never mind the notifications, but even if they come up, just know that this episode was definitely for you. All right. So today, like I said, we're talking about something that sounds fun on the surface, but goes a lot much deeper. What the hell am I saying? Goes much deeper than aesthetics. Sorry, it's been a long day. I've been working out pretty much all day, which is something that I'm also going to get into, but wait for it. So it goes much deeper than aesthetics. And as much as I love a good aesthetic, here's how to have a hot teacher summer. And no, this is not about crash dieting, detox teas, or trying to become a completely different person by the month of August or September, whenever your year starts. In fact, you don't even have to start in January. Like, why not start in the month of June? I mean, a hot teacher summer is about becoming the healthiest, strongest, most energized version of yourself. And as teachers of many different kinds, we spend the school year taking care of literally everyone else. Summer gives us an opportunity to replenish our own cups. It's giving major Ace of Cups energy. And let's talk about the 8 science-backed ways to glow up this summer, shall we? Number 1 is to walk more. One of my goals this summer is walking 10,000 steps a day, if not 8,000 or 7,000. I mean, while these aren't magic numbers, research consistently shows that increasing daily movement improves cardiovascular health, lowers stress levels, supports weight management, and can even reduce the risk of chronic disease. And walking also benefits mental health. Studies have found that regular walking can reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression by increasing the production of mood-supporting neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. For teachers who spend much of the year, especially classroom teachers who spend much of the year indoors, walking outside can be especially beneficial. And exposure to natural light actually helps regulate your circadian rhythm, which can improve sleep quality and energy levels. So think of your daily walk as both exercise and therapy. Step 2, strength train. Another goal of mine is lifting weights at least 4 times per week. Many women still believe that cardio is the key to changing their body composition, but research actually shows that strength training is one of the most effective ways to build lean muscle, improve insulin sensitivity, increase bone density, and support long-term metabolic health. Muscle is metabolically active tissue, and that means it requires energy to maintain it. And the more muscle you build, the more efficiently your body uses energy throughout the day. And strength training has also been linked to improved confidence and reduced symptoms of anxiety and depression. In other words, lifting weights doesn't just make you physically stronger. It can help you make you mentally stronger as well. Step 3, add something like yoga or Pilates or even just stretching, no matter what you want to do. I mean, I personally am continuing my Pilates practice twice a week. Pilates itself improves core strength, posture, balance, flexibility, and body awareness. For teachers who spend hours standing, bending, reaching, and moving throughout the classroom, Pilates can help reduce muscle imbalances and improve overall movement quality. And research has also shown that Pilates may reduce stress or improve quality of life by encouraging mindful movement and breath control. This is also true for yoga. And these are not just workouts. They're ways to reconnect with your body. And step 4, do not skip breakfast. Eat your breakfast. Eat your damn breakfast. So, we're going to talk about breakfast. After an overnight fast, your body needs fuel. I remember when I was 13, I was a teenager. It was my first physical, well, not my first physical, but my first physical as a teenager. And I openly told my pediatrician at the time, like, I tend to not eat breakfast. And she goes, well, when you wake up, your brain is hungry. And the more I age or the more I get older, the more I start to actually feel that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think you do. And eating breakfast that contains like protein, fiber, and healthy fats can help stabilize blood sugar levels and support better concentration, energy, and mood throughout your day. Protein is especially important because it helps regulate appetite hormones and supports muscle recovery and maintenance. And instead of surviving on coffee until noon, try nourishing your body earlier in the day. Your brain will thank you. And step number 5, create a weekly reset. One of the most underrated wellness habits is not exercise, it's organization. And research on stress shows that clutter and feelings of disorganization can increase cortisol, which is the body's primary stress hormone. And creating a weekly reset routine helps reduce decision fatigue and mental overload. My weekly reset includes planning meals, organizing my schedule, preparing for coursework, cleaning my space, and reviewing my priorities. So the goal is not perfection. The goal is creating an environment that supports your success. Step 6, keep learning. One thing I'm prioritizing this summer is staying on top of my coursework. And for those of you who don't know, I am actually in my master's program for elementary education, hence why this is a hot teacher summer. And research on lifelong learning actually shows that engaging in challenging mental activities supports cognitive health, builds confidence, and increases feelings of purpose and accomplishment. Whether you're taking a class, earning a certification, which, by the way, yesterday June, I almost said July, June 9th, I earned my personal training certification. Yay me! Hopefully Brenda Song actually listens to this podcast, but a girl can dream. And I'm going to get into goals later. So, anyway, whether you're just like exploring a new skill, learning keeps your brain active and growing, and growth doesn't have to stop just because school is out. Step 7, create something. I mean, I'm committed to recording a podcast episode every week this summer. Why? Because creativity is good for your mental health, and research shows that creative activities can reduce stress, improve emotional well-being, and increase feelings of meaning and fulfillment. I mean, the shy little girl who once quite literally ate in the guidance office for the first half of her freshman year in high school because she was being bullied so much would be proud of me. Not just proud, but flabbergasted that I actually have an audience that is I don't want to say a cult because it's not a cult audience yet. The key word here is yet. And and speaking of goals like that, right now I'm currently at 7 Spotify followers. Hopefully I can make it to 10 by the end of this week or next. So I'm going to be promoting this podcast like a you-know-what. And moreover, when we create, we move from consuming life to actually participating in it. As teachers, we're constantly helping students create, and summer is our chance to create something for ourselves. And by the way, I'm going to move this podcast to Mondays instead of Thursdays, because you know what? We all had to start somewhere, and that somewhere had to be last Thursday. I believe it was June 3rd. Yeah, June 3rd. And anyway, let's get to step 8. Okay, stop doom scrolling and start living, okay? Start freaking living. My fiance said something a while ago that actually sticks with me to this day. The only way it doesn't happen is if you stop. And honestly, he's so right. And many of us spend hours scrolling social media, consuming other people's lives, achievements, vacations, relationships, and opinions. But the problem isn't social media itself. The problem is that our brains were never designed to process an endless stream of information. Research shows that excessive social media use and doom scrolling can increase stress, anxiety, comparison, and feelings of overwhelm. Every swipe, either right, left, up, or down, introduces new information for your brain to process, making it harder to feel present and focused. And what's interesting is that doom scrolling often disguises itself as rest. We tell ourselves we're relaxing, but are we actually resting? Or are we just consuming? This summer, I want to challenge you to create more than you consume. Go for the walk, read the book, take the Pilates class, call the friend, record the podcast, work on the dreams, sit outside, watch the sunset, because the life you're looking for is not on your phone. Let me repeat that. The life that you're looking for is not on your phone. It's happening right in front of you. And as my fiance constantly reminds me, the only way it doesn't happen is if you stop. The algorithm will always have another reel, another headline, another post, another thing demanding your attention. But does it really need your attention? No. Because at some point you have to decide that your peace is worth protecting. So your hot teacher summer won't be built through endless scrolling. It will be built through intentional living. The moments that change your life rarely happen online. They happen when you're fully present for your own life. And here's the real secret to a hot teacher summer. The real glow up isn't necessarily about losing 10 pounds. It's building habits that support our energy, confidence, and well being. It's getting stronger, sleeping better, managing stress, and feeling more connected with ourselves. And the habits that create a hot teacher summer are the same habits that create a healthier life. And the best part, they're actually sustainable. No extreme diets, no punishment workouts, no starting over every Monday. Just small, consistent actions repeated over time. And let me get to the self-love question of the week. So before we wrap up, here's your self-love question. If I believed my health was an act of self-respect rather than self-punishment, what habits would I choose this week? Take some time to journal on that, meditate on that, pray on that, whatever it is you do. Because wellness isn't about becoming someone new. It's about becoming fully yourself. So thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you on Monday for another conversation about teacher wellness, confidence, and creating a life that actually feels as good as it looks. Bye.